talk about the beast. Yes, the beast, the NCLEX. So we all know once we finish school, we have to take the NCLEX. There's just no way around it. So in order to call ourselves a nurse, you just gotta you gotta take the NCLEX. You just got to. So I'm gonna give you guys some pointers and feedbacks and tips on things that I use to help myself pass the NCLEX. Let me say that just because something worked for someone does not necessarily mean it will work for someone else. So if you find that you're studying and the tools that you're studying with is not helping you, switch your game up. Use something different, because you do not want to go in with a weak foundation. You want to have a strong foundation when going in to take the NCLEX, because you just don't know what area you're going to get. So study all areas. So when I finished school, I told myself that I want to study for the NCLEX for 3 months. And I felt like 3 months was good for me, because I felt like I didn't have enough foundation, and I didn't feel like I had enough knowledge that if I went and took the NCLEX right out of school that I would pass. So I wanted to give myself 3 months to go through each section and to break it down as much as I could. So what I did was I used this book, the PN Cram Exam book, and I used Uworld. Let me say, honey, if you have not tried Uworld and you're about to take the NCLEX, pause this video and go and buy Uworld. Uworld, hands down, was my #1 tool that I used when taking the NCLEX. It didn't get any better than Uworld. It didn't. So what I would do is I would study each section week by week. So week 1, I would take respiratory, for instance. I will go into the cram exam book. I will read all of the pages on respiratory. And once I felt comfortable enough to move on from respiratory, before I did that, I would go into Uworld and I would take all of the questions on respiratory. And then I would write down all of the rationales, whether I got them right or got them wrong. And that helped me out so much, because Uworld's rationale has so much information in it. Everything that you need to know is within the rationale. So no matter if you get the question right or you get it wrong, read the rationales. So yes, I read the rationales and I wrote them down. So by the time I got to week 2, I would start on cardiovascular. I would read cardiovascular in the PN Cram Exam book, and then I would do the questions on Uworld once I felt comfortable. But within week 2, I will go back and take those rationales that I wrote down from week 1 every night. I will go and I will read like sections of the rationales that I wrote down from respiratory from week 1. So I will build upon that. So once I got to week 3, I will go back again and read my rationales every night from week 1 and week 2 from respiratory and cardiovascular. And that helped me out so much. I know it seems like a lot, but I just felt like my foundation wasn't good enough and I needed to do that much in order to pass. So once I completed all of those sections with prioritizing delegation, everything else that needed to be done, I felt like I was ready. So when I went in to take my NCLEX, I did feel pretty confident. I went in and I sat down and I started taking the questions, y'all, and my heart just dropped. Like, I never been that nervous in my life. I had to get up. I got to like question number 43. I got up, went in the hallway, I started praying. I was like, God, you know, I know you didn't bring me this far to let me fail. So Jesus, I need you. I need you to come through for me right now, Lord God. And I just was like praying really hard. So I went back in, I sat down, and I continued to take my test. So I ended up stopping at question number 86. Yes, I was like, either I did really, really good or I did really, really bad. But I felt like I could not believe, like my teachers were saying, that was going to be the most devastating test of my life, because the test felt like it was so easy. Like, I felt like Uworld prepared me enough to take my NCLEX. Seeing that screen and knowing that it looked just like the screen on Uworld, and the questions, they were not the same questions. I did not get the same questions on Uworld that I got on my NCLEX. But the rationales and the information that I learned off of Uworld helped me out tremendously. I would say I got at least like majority of my tests, like 50 questions or more, was select all that apply. So I felt like I knew all of my select all that apply, all of my drag and drops. My first question, y'all, was on dosage calculation, and I sucked at that time on dosage calculation. So I'm not even gonna lie, like my first question, I was so nervous. I like didn't even really read it, so I can't tell you 100% if I got that right or not. But using Uworld, guys, helped me out tremendously, and I hope this video helped you guys out. Just go in with the confidence that you need, believe in yourself, because trust me, if I could do it, you guys could do it. Find those study tools. Do not use too many study tools at one time. Find at least 3 good study tools and stick with those, because you don't want to be bouncing around with information. You want to have a good solid foundation on at least find 3 good things to use, and let that be your focus when studying for the NCLEX. And if anyone needs this book, please leave it in the comments below, and I can send this off to you, because I really don't have any use for it anymore. So thank you guys, thank you for listening, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing. You guys have really given me the motivation to keep doing this channel, so I'm doing this for you guys, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it was short. Please don't come for me because it was so short, but I'm sorry. That's all I got. I thank you. I love you. And